3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Give a chance for a few people to. That's booting up right there. We'll see. I'm not sure we're struggling there, but
Which
there
one
we
is
go.
this?
This is Bo Babka, and this is Bo Not Broken.
Okay, I'm just gonna
So
share.
hopefully,
Share.
good morning, everybody. Just kind of moving into the 9 o'clock hour, and it's the Daily Bend. Just an opportunity during this COVID-19 pandemic to just kind of vent, talk about things, share things that share your story, share things that are going on in the community here in Utah and around the country. I know I have a lot of folks from around the country that will watch in, and I appreciate it. So it's, again, the no judgment zone, where we don't judge, we're trying to be positive, we're trying to help each other out. And today I've got Christian Jensen, one of my good friends who actually, years ago, he knows my story, and I wanted him to come on and tell his story as well through the last few years and things that they're doing. And I know his income's gone, all those kinds of things are happening. But I did want to start out this morning, before we get in, if anybody, I did this morning want to start out with, if you ever get a chance, post on my page or the Bo Not Broken page or whatever it is, your favorite memes. I saw a couple of them I wrote down this morning. There was one that was, because we want to smile a little bit. We want to laugh. We want to have some humor when it comes to this whole thing. Obviously, we have to be somewhat serious and do those types of things. But one of the memes I had was, up there. It was no picture. It was just a black with white writing. It said, "Anyone else's car getting 3 weeks to the gallon at the moment?"
Yeah.
That was awesome. I like that one. So if you have one, always please share. If you have anything you want to share. The second one I saw this morning was Matt Foley. It was the motivational speaker. My favorite character, my favorite character in the world. But it was him, and I know this one's been around. And it says, "For the love of God, do all the road construction now." Yeah. I thought that was a good one. And not only here in Utah, but hey, Randy, thanks for joining in. Bob, hey, buddy, thanks. I know you're a busy man. I'm going to get with you so you can teach me how to zoom in and zoom out. I'll get a hold of you today. I'll text you or let you know what we can do with that whole Zoom platform. I know I'm doing it on business. Christina, thanks for joining. Randy, thanks. Again, if anybody has anything to contribute, any new news, any new jobs, anything that, might be whatever you're doing, please. The third meme I thought was funny. What was it? Oh, no, I didn't have a third meme, but the weirdest thing today, okay, I'm not going to be political. I'm going to try not to be political. But over the news today, there was a report where there was a survey that said more Democrats wear masks than Republicans.
Oh my God.
Okay? Now, is that not one of the stupidest things that
who cares if they do or don't?
I just couldn't believe.
Who would go out and do the...
I couldn't, who's doing the... Anyway, I just thought, are you kidding me? That's just crazy. So, hey, thanks everybody for joining. I'm glad you're on. This is the Daily Bend, and I got Christian Jensen here. I wanted to get to his story, or a story. We all have a story, which is large with many chapters, but Christian was kind enough yesterday to kind of chime in and like what we were doing. I want to thank Bill Rapley for
Bill's
yesterday.
Amazing. What an amazing
especially for his just genuine share about his daughter. And, Bill is just a great guy. He cares about people. He cares about business. He cares about, everybody, like I think a lot of us do. And, he's been a part of my little family for a long time. So I want to thank Bill. And Bill's going to be on probably 2 or 3 times. We're going to go to a couple businesses next week and just highlight them. And I know you
awesome.
have one. And so anyway, just wanted to give it to you for a few minutes and talk about, how are you surviving through this whole thing?
Yeah, we have 5 different businesses that we're running, and they're small, very small businesses, but very concentrated on certain niches, and they all pretty much overnight, like, as you know, they just our revenue was gone, and we were like, oh, okay, so we and this is before they started talking about the $3 trillion stimulus
Right.
plan, which
Right.
was like, I'm not going to get technical or political because
Right, right.
a lot of that money, a lot of that money is going to like art museums and
Oh, yeah, I haven't. Yeah.
yeah, weird. But anyway, we just found ourselves, Linda and I were just staring at each other face to face, just kind of speechless, and I know that represents millions of other couples, who are in
Right.
business together,
Right.
and who aren't in business together. Couples who are just going, how are we?
Well,
how
you're
are
not
we
only
paying our
married,
rent? How
but
are
you're
we-"
in business together,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
a double whammy. And then
Yeah,
you
it
got
is.
this going on.
So you we're just staring at each other like speechless for probably 5 minutes, and just we have no idea what are we gonna do.
Hey, there's Linda. She's on. Hi, guys. She's hiding somewhere.
Yeah, she's
She's hiding.
upstairs.
She's
getting
hiding.
ready.
Linda,
she's
you can't hide.
I think she just
Sorry.
got out of the shower and is getting ready. She should be the one talking over me because she's a little more responsible than me. I think she's
A little more responsible.
I'm just like I'm a guy, just
Yeah.
just deal with it. I
We
don't need the answers.
compartmentalize things, don't
Yeah,
we?
I
We
just-
put them over here on the shelf rather
It's
quickly.
true. It's true.
Rather quickly.
Yeah, rather quickly,
Like-
instantaneously. So what
like-
are we gonna do? We have no answers.
Yep.
Next.
Okay. Yep. Pity party
So,
over.
Yeah, exactly.
Over here.
So it's, and she's, women are a lot more, I think in general, are more efficient and more mindful of the future and the what ifs.
Right.
Which is there's a yin and yang involved there because
Sure.
you need it, but guys run from that, and I do. If I don't have any answers, I just kind of just have faith, it'll work, no
Right.
big deal. The answers will
Right.
show up. When those answers show up, just then do something about it. But until
Sure.
then, you can't control what you can't control.
Sure.
And Linda wants to take control. She's like, you got that round ball and you got the square peg and a bunch of round holes, and she's gonna get that. She's gonna get that in somehow. And I'm not that way. I'm just gonna wait.
This
till
is a good conversation because we've on this little format I've really not talked about how relationships are doing.
Yeah.
It's really I'm glad I'm here, and you guys have had a pretty strong marriage. You guys are always very vulnerable about telling
yeah.
the ins and the outs, but you're probably what are you focusing on? You're focusing on each other's selves for a little while during the day, and then
I don't know.
or are you guys just there all the time?
I think that's a great point. I mean, we definitely need to spend more time focusing on each other and connecting through this time, which you've tapped into that a lot. Like take advantage of the relationships that you take for granted. I think a lot of good is going to come from this. Myself, I really think there's a lot of good that can come from it if we look at it, if we choose to look at it with the glass half full.
Sure.
And that's millions and millions of people all over the world.
We're just damn happy to have a glass.
Yeah, be
that's
grateful for the glass.
my saying. Yeah, grateful for the glass.
And if it's empty, just go fill it up. Go
Yeah.
figure it out. And I loved how Bill yesterday how he put certain things. He just he's a good guy.
Yeah,
I have a lot of respect for Bill.
He really cares about his community and all communities. He really cares about them.
Yeah,
and
deeply.
I know he's worried. I know he is, we're all worried about what's going to happen, to business. And some of these businesses just won't make it back.
Yeah.
Some of them, will, and, some of them won't. What are
Yeah.
some of the things that, you know, over the years, I guess, that you've learned about business that, you know, you've been in so many different, you have, you know, location management business for film. You have Philoa, which is, you know, a
CBD.
CBD company.
Yeah.
I would say CBG.
CBG.
An H and L, whatever. Anyway, but you have that company that I know this can't be good for that. You've got, you know, your Exordium. You've got, you know, you've not only acted, you've done films, you do marketing.
Well, I'm
films,
a
you do all kinds of
filmmaker
stuff.
by trade. Like that's my most of my life. I've been in independent films,
Right,
and
right.
then also, you know, working in that industry, and then which is a service oriented industry, right?
Sure.
So we'll get clients, or we'll fill holes within a production, or we'll do the whole production. We're set up to do anything, but that whole entire industry just tanked. It's done. You know, all these series that were being shot here in Utah, Yellowstone and High School Musical, and you know, all my LA friends are back in LA now, and most of them
They're just hanging out.
You know, they just packed up. And
What do you think about what do you think about the whole this whole idea of, you know, movie theaters are taking a huge hit, and AMC, I guess, is getting ready to, you know, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, they're releasing some Disney film today on Fandango, and I mean, it's going to probably knock the movie theaters out for a while, depending on when we can ever go back in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
man.
you
Like,
know,
that's a good question. I haven't even really thought about that.
I mean, there's nothing like a great movie theater to sit in that beautiful chair that none of us have. It's a beautiful chair to some of these chairs, but you know,
you want to look at that as an opportunity. You know, these theaters and these big spaces. You wish you could figure that out.
Sorry. Thanks for joining us, everybody. If you have a question or a comment, or again, this is the Daily Bend. I'm doing this every day at 9:00 just to give you an opportunity to vent or positively influence somebody. If you've got volunteer opportunities, if you have job opportunities, if you have, you know, wellness advice or expertise, and want to throw that out there. We're not really going to, we don't talk about politics very much. We're just talking about positive things, talking about good things and uplifting each other every morning. And hopefully this can be just a little routine that people might watch just for a few minutes or watch for the whole time. We usually try and go about a half hour to 40 minutes. But
yeah, hopefully.
Christian, I've got Christian Jensen here, and we're just talking about the film world and movies, and who knows, he's a filmmaker, and it's just interesting how life is gonna.
Yeah, in the movie theaters, we were talking about that like you got empty movie theaters all over the world now.
Yeah.
Basically, and you know, it brings up in my mind, it brings up the issue of all these businesses. You know, those movie theaters represent businesses, millions of businesses that will never ever recover.
Sure.
You know, no matter what.
Sure.
Because they weren't too healthy in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Eric Mutos. I mean, we talked about him, and he's actually been. He's got the Riverton mayor that's behind him now.
Oh, really?
They're going to start doing these businesses, local business fairs, right now. They're going to start. And I'm going to support it wholeheartedly, and I'm sure you probably
and it'll be there'll be some distancing, I'm sure, but it'll be outside. I mean, if it's outside, it's not,
and responsible social distancing.
Right.
You know, if you're someone like me who I have literally zero concern about it. Like I have none myself.
Right.
But I have to be mindful of the other people around me who are panicking.
Right.
And sometimes that's hard for me to do because I'm a conspiracy theorist. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I look deep in. I go down too many rabbit holes and probably a little.
Well, this is the no judgment zone, dude.
Yeah,
we're just you know, you can say whatever you want to say.
Don't judge me, right?
No, and
but I think the whole point of why I brought that up is we have to be, even people like me, we've got to be respectful, or we don't have to. We don't have to. We should.
Right.
I would hope that people be mindful of other people, and
sure.
including myself. I have to look at myself first, and I have to go. I can look and roll my eyes inside my brain, you know, like with everybody running around with all their masks on and everything. And I think I'm totally okay with that in my own judgment, right?
Sure.
But I start thinking, these people are going crazy. Like, I'm watching these people just major concern, fear, stress.
Yeah.
And I posted a thing on my wall yesterday that's it says, "Do it and you won't get sick," and it's Dr. Bruce Lipton. He's well known.
Awesome. Sorry. Let me stop you for just
fine.
a second. Chris, thanks for coming in. Amelia, thanks. Margarita, nice to see you as well. Chris and Amelia, you guys, you're all in the business world too, and it's affecting you, I'm sure. Thanks for joining. This is Bowed Not Broken, the Daily Bend. We're just have an opportunity. I pick somebody, hopefully every day, to just go out and talk to them or have them Zoom in or Facebook Live. We talk about anything, how we can help, how we can volunteer, how we can lift up people's spirits. That's what we're doing. And that every couple minutes, that's what I'm doing, because I got people coming on. If you have anything you want to share, please post it. If you have a show idea, if you have
Post your
a
business,
meme, post your businesses,
websites.
whatever, yeah. Throw it up
I
there.
love that you're doing that. I love that you're doing this, because once it really starts catching on, this can really be an asset to people even like me. And I'll pay attention to this every day, every morning.
It's
at 9
free.
o'clock.
It's free.
So
Until somebody finds out.
yeah, but I think to pick up what I was saying is, I think you have to be mindful of other people and the way they view things. I mean, I've got a lot of friends across the board, politically speaking, probably less and less as we go from the left side of things,
Right.
because they have a hard time dealing with me and my conspiracy theories.
Well, there are more Democrats wearing masks than Republicans. I'm not
critical
either.
information there.
I'm
right?
not either, or either.
I'm not either.
Anyway.
Me, you know me. I'm not.
I
I'm
know.
not-
Sorry to misfocus you, but you were talking
No,
about
but you-
distancing and Eric Mutos.
Yeah, I think we just need to support local businesses with Eric Mutos. If you don't know him, he's an ex-cop too that
Yeah.
went through. His story is amazing.
wrote a book called Dispatch.
Dispatched.
Yeah.
Which
Interesting.
we're not getting there.
Yeah.
But check out what he's proposing to all the mayors in Utah, and so I believe he was just telling me
The essence is
getting business back. Instead of staying afraid and locking ourselves in the door in our homes and creating more wonder and fear and panic, let's get out there and start helping each other any way we can, with respect to appropriate social distancing and all the different things that we need to be mindful of other people. There really are people who are more susceptible than the average person, who have, people who have weak immune systems and who are dealing with a lot of different health issues. That you just be mindful of people and be respectful. Even me, I don't think they're even at high risk. It's just my opinion. I don't think that this is that big of a deal when it comes down to the reality of it. But on the other hand, the reality is we've all bought into it, and whether it doesn't matter whose fault it is, we've all bought into this pandemic, and it is a real pandemic. I mean, I heard, I don't know if it was a day, a week, or a month, but I heard that before the highest amount of unemployment claims was like 680 something thousand in a day or a week, or I think it was like a day. And that was the worst. The history has just been crumbled.
Oh, yeah.
It was over 10 million
in one day.
in the same amount of time. I think
Right.
it was a day.
Right.
10 million. So what I get upset about it, because I think I think for the most part, this is the no judgment zone, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why we're here.
I believe we're being played. I really truly do. And I'm kind of one of these guys that has always focused some attention all the time for the last couple decades on the one world order conspiracy kind of thing. And it's not even a conspiracy theory. It's a reality that you can measure, and but nobody's really interested, because I think it creates more fear, and that's not what I want to do.
Right.
So I'm just always aware of it, and I kind of post things about my own thoughts and stuff on that. But I do think that we need to be mindful of others. I think we need to, we'd all be smart to start focusing on less fear and more, this Dr. Bruce Lipton, if people don't, I'll actually
And that's the
share
whole
that.
idea. That's the whole idea of this show is to, really, it is what it is. However you believe, whatever you believe, it is what it is. And that's a kind of a corny little cliche, but what are we doing now just to help each other out?
Right.
It is what it is. It's here. We're trying to make do, and what can we all do collectively and together to help each other out? Again, please, if you have you want to throw your business out there, you want to throw your website, you want to, throw out volunteer opportunities like Denise has in the past, and I know Tammy's thrown out some meditation stuff.
Yeah.
Bob
Resources,
Fitzgerald, I mean, he's got some great, he does his own little shows and stuff like that. They're on the front lines. He's a firefighter. He's a, big old commander captain, not quite sure in West Valley, but he's in leadership out there. But that's what this show's all about. And so, again, the no judgment zone, however you feel and whatever you feel this is, it is here.
It's here.
And
it's
what
a reality.
do we do with it? How do we,
exactly?
how do we
That's what
help
matters.
each other out?
Well, and I hope people. I just posted that on the comments on this live below. So if anybody on the Bo Babka page at least,
Awesome.
and it says "Never Get Sick Again," Bruce Lipton, and I don't know if you saw that, but it's
No, I
it's
haven't
about,
seen that yet.
It's everything you talk about, dude. It's all about staying in a positive state of mind, and how science has proven that stress
Right.
alone
Right.
is like taking a poison.
Sure.
And he goes into
It's like
how-
sugar.
Yeah. But it shows how
Yeah.
how your immune cells, how your whole body, from a molecular level, when things come in that are negative, your cells run from them. When they're positive, they welcome them. And so he gets into it. It's really cool.
That's really cool. I'll have to watch it. I
Yeah,
will.
and that's why I threw it up there. That's a resource for people. I think it's a really strong resource. Watch that video because it's positive. It's not political. It's not conspiracy. It's nothing. It's very from a doctor, right?
Right.
And it's a lot of common sense. I'm a huge fan
Of common sense.
Huge fan.
Yeah,
Sorry.
if you look at Christian's page, I think one of the first things is common sense advocate.
Yeah.
So
I
And-
think I did say something like that.
And I know I have a lot of nursing friends and
Absolutely.
doctor friends,
And
and I know they're
Thank goodness for these people. I mean, they're
and
heroes.
we thank them, and I know they have their own opinions. They're on the front lines too, but we've also talked to doctors and things like that, and so
Well, and they
give
all
a
have,
shout out.
They
you
all
know.
have their own opinions too. But in the medical industry, they can't always share their opinions because
Right,
they're risking their actual professions by
Right.
doing it. I know a lot of different physicians and different people who have their opinions that would go against the grain.
Right.
And so they just tell me, they just go,
Right.
zip it
And
up. I can't, So,
Yeah,
which is fine, but we need to. I would suggest to anyone, just like he's allowing this on his post, just throw up your websites and throw up your connections and what you can add in your values. There's also do you know the app called Nextdoor?
Yeah, I do know.
That's
I
a
used
really
to have
good-
that app. Yeah, that's a
really
good app. That's a really
use
good one.
because I've noticed that people around here, at least
Sure.
in Draper, they're offering services and help, and I cut hair from home, or
Right.
happy to come to you, or
Right.
dog grooming. We didn't know where to take her. We had a month wait for PetSmart to bring our dogs for
wow.
the nails, and the dogs are biting their nails off.
Well, I've
Exactly.
got I've got hair issues. I've got to get my hair cut. No, I'm
You
just
and me
kidding.
both. What happened?
Anybody
Well,
out there have any questions or any of that? Just go ahead. I know some people, a lot of times people are embarrassed to even watch something like this because they want to know you're on your page or something like that. Let's open it up, man. Let's be free and helpful to each other. And I'm not gonna run after you to try and sell you anything, hard sell. This is just, it is what it is. It's the no judgment zone. It's the Daily Bend, and we're all bowed, not broken. And
I will say this, man. I'll start with my business, one of my businesses. So I'm a film producer, so we can produce content. If anybody needs any content, like creatively, like if you need it developed from A to Z or just somewhere in between, or just need some help editing or need some help shooting something, I'd be happy to help, especially people who are trying to get their message out in social media, because social media is free. If you throw out some content that's really straightforward or as creative as you want, and you want to bring your business out and get a little more exposure, I'm happy to help you that way. And I'll always be fair in pricing. And if you can't afford it at all and you really need the help, I'll help you. I won't charge you. I don't want to throw that out too hard because my business is in the same boat, but I'm willing to come down probably 10-20% of my normal
just
cost
to work,
just to bring
he
in
does really good work. And I see Tammy on there, I see Richie, I see Amelia. I know Amelia out there. I'm waving my hand like some I don't know, some dude. Anyway, I know she has I think she's in the beauty care business. I know.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of, Bill knows a lot of people in different kinds of businesses. Bob does too. There's a lot of people out there that have their own independent type businesses. So
the best way to do it is if you have a website, throw the website, just www.whatever.com, throw it down there in the comments so people can find you.
Yeah.
And I think as you keep doing this, I think this will pick up.
Oh, it will. I always
get
stuff after. and you know.
I think you need to connect with Eric, in my opinion, because you guys will.
Yeah, I'll have Eric on. As soon as Bob can teach me how to zoom into Facebook, I'll get him from down in St. George and have him. We'll get some things going.
I think those are powerful when you can split the screens and you can start getting everybody.
Tell us a little bit about your Philloa too, because I know that's been a kind of a passion of both you and Linda. And
we have
the world.
You're one of the main inspirations behind the Resolving SAD. We have a Facebook page called Resolving Suicide, Addiction, and Depression, and the hashtag is Resolving SAD. And Bo is one of the huge inspirations behind that because of how public and transparent he is. But as you know, it's really hard to orchestrate and keep up with something when you're not only funding it, you're actually the source. Yeah. And then anyway, we hope that go check it out. It's Resolving Suicide, Addiction, and Depression, the Facebook page, and we're on Instagram as well. But we have a byproduct company of that movement, which is called Philloa. It's a Samoan word meaning do it or don't hesitate. There's no direct translation, but it means just don't think too hard. Just go do it. If you want to do something, do it.
It's kind of a Yoda-ish thing too.
Yeah.
There is no try.
Yeah, there is no try.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so we branded that, trademarked it, and it's a health and wellness product company, mostly based with our products are based right now. The fundamental portion of our products, I should say, is CBD. It's full spectrum CBD from cannabis, not marijuana, but the hemp plant. So it's a very different thing. So people
not from marijuana.
Yeah. It's not this isn't a get high kind of thing. This is a product that helps with inflammation.
No, you even have a physique product.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
He likes the physique.
Good little one.
I got to get you one, by the way. So the why it's a byproduct of the movement is it truly helps with depression, PTSD, all these different things. we've had a lot of people even call us and say, thank you so much. You've saved my life, and you've had a lot of those calls over the years. And I know that firsthand, but because of CBD, it actually helps you stay calm and collected and connected. And one of the biggest things we're missing in our lives today, right now, and we have been since these things are
yes.
This is a love-hate relationship too, right?
Right.
They're amazing, but they're ruining people's lives and they're not ruining the lives. It's what they're, people are deciding to do with these
behaviors.
It's the behavior.
Yeah.
So what it is, it's, these things have brought us into more connectivity than any other time in human history. We're so transparent and connected.
Especially right now.
Right now, yeah. But yet, it's actually, this can be the cause of disconnecting us at any actual level, like
right,
meaningful level or
right.
critical level. We're so disconnected today, and right now with what's going on, we should use these things and this technology and this transparency of the internet. We should use it intelligently to help each other, as a resource. Use it to get entertained, get your laughs, and then use it for resourcing. And that's what I love about what you're doing is you really are a human resource using technology and the transparency.
Just raw.
Yeah.
There's no fanciness here. It's about sharing stories.
But how beautiful. I mean, look at the quality of that. You were sitting here looking in a phone and a computer, and we can be exposed to millions of people.
Hi, Wendy. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate everybody that's on. We appreciate it. Please share every morning at 9. I'm doing this. We're doing this, and highlighting all the good things that are going on during this time. Trying to come up with positives, fun things like that. I not to try and switch gears real quick, but I'm not a good sleeper, So I get up and work out or do whatever. But I happen to, speaking of technology on my Facebook, how you can look at different, like they have clips of shows and things like that. I mean, I'm a YouTuber too, but I watched it, and one of my movements is the ability to build and mold good men. Kind of the whole society is kind of shrunk and emasculated men and no victim. Just we need to kind of fight back, and it doesn't mean we need to be an asshole, but we need to learn how to be gentlemen. We need to learn how to be responsible and all those anyway. It was an old interview from Phil Donahue. Okay, I'm really dating myself, from 1976 with John Wayne. Okay, I don't know. I hope everybody out there knows who John Wayne was, the Duker. My son is named Duke, not because of because of John Wayne, and that's another story. I grew up with his grandsons. Anyway, just his way about him, and it was just it was fun to watch that interview, and the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because I think during this time right now, we can all kind of look inside ourselves and and say, what kind of person are we being, not only to maybe our spouses, but other folks? How are we being? And I'm just speaking about men right now. But I think the key, and I've talked with our friend Ben Barlow about, the key is mothers. Mothers recognizing what really a good man is and what a good man isn't. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so my point here is, that's another thing I hope we can accomplish during this time, is maybe reevaluating, what kind of men are we being? Because there's 2 guys on the screen right now, but there's a lot of women there too. Carl, thanks for joining us. Carl's an ex-ball player. Friend of mine, his sister is Patrice. Awesome, thanks for joining. But anyway, it's one of those things where reevaluating what we're doing. Are we being responsible? Are we being caring? Are we being vulnerable, transparent? And I know sometimes that's hard because of our experiences. And I think as we get older, I think we tend to review ourselves a little bit more, because we see that those years have gone by, and we're kind of into the 4th quarter, or at least the end of the 3rd.
Yeah.
And
you're trashed.
So, do you have any thoughts about that? I mean, as far as the whole, guy thing.
I think I agree with you wholeheartedly with where men have, you know, what men are today compared to what I grew up with, you know.
Sure.
And I compare myself to my dad and my grandparents and my, you know, all that stuff all the time for the reason to keep me centered, keep me balanced, and because, you know, we live in a world where dynamically we've changed in so many ways, and you know, there's a lot less testosterone out there today than I remember growing up. A lot of excuse-oriented people, and I'm with you. I think men.
And I'm not trying to be negative or bash men. I'm trying to be positive.
No, and I think on the flip side of the coin, same coin, right? I think men have been, you know, men our age, we have the highest suicide rates in the world.
3 times of women. 3 times.
But the man thing to do is to ignore those numbers and protect the women, protect the children, protect the, you know, and provide, and then don't even be concerned about how you're being treated, you know, because I look at my life. Sometimes I just feel like I'm just this utility pole. It's like I'm just a utility pole. Like I get uglier and dumber as I get older. That's an interesting visual for me. You know, we have dogs. They can come pee on me anytime they want. You know, it's just the kids can come kick me and throw things. You know, I know that's a pity party kind of mentality, but it's funny. The analogies.
No, but it'd
very
be a great
real.
Comic act.
Yeah,
it'd be a great set for a comic.
Just stand there. Come on in. So if I need to talk, they'll let me know. You know, if I need to give certain advice, they'll let me know when they need the advice, right? So
But you're still the power pole.
Yeah,
you're still the power.
I'm the power pole.
You still have power, right?
And you know what? There's a very real. That's a reality in life for most men. Most family men.
Sure.
And you know, we're the ones that. And I think it's a calling, right? We do need to be the backbone. We do need to, you know, I will say anyone out there, if you're in a marriage, and my biggest issue is showing my wife,
love languages. We're going to talk about love languages.
Yeah, I'm sure I need to focus more on physically touching her and being I'm hard that way. I don't know what it is, my own PTSD or whatever it is, but I've got to focus more on going out of my comfort zone for my wife and stepping up and saying things will be okay. All they need to hear is it's going to be okay. And sometimes that's the hardest thing in the world for me to say, because I'm so bugged at her or what something that, and that's all me. It's not her, but I'm taking it out on her by ignoring her or not taking advantage of the prompting. Go give her a kiss. Go hug her. You know, there's something always I'm the worst. I am, and sorry, Linda. I'm working on it. But
you guys would be a great reality show.
We would be a great reality show. We
really would.
We would be a great reality show.
You guys are just like the epitome of, in a positive way, but it just the epitome of couples. No, but what couple is perfect? I mean, you know.
No, I think we are all dysfunctional, and I think there's a reason for it. I think it's by design. If we weren't dysfunctional, what's the other side of it? Functional. We're a functional. We're a perfect couple, or we're a perfect family. It's funny. People that follow me or pay attention to us at all. They're like, we want to marry, we want to have that. We wish we had, you know what?
You've seen my posts. You're looking at somebody's highlight reel.
Right. I don't want to share the crap. If you look at
somebody's highlight reel, you're not going to, you know, and I not to interrupt, but this is vulnerability. What we're doing today. I mean, we're opening up. This is a great use of social media.
It is.
But the rest, you know, and I'm not to. But you really got to look at somebody's page in social media, and you got to get to know them to really say, and you really know that, you know, that life's not perfect. Everybody,
you know that most people are like, I think most people don't want to share the crap. then there's the polar
Well,
opposite
yeah.
side of the thing where all people do is share
And share
negative,
their
like,
crap.
and
Yeah.
the victim. There's nothing worse for me and I don't mean to be mean, but I can't stand watching people who are just constantly going, my life, we wrecked our car today and I saw somebody die in front of my eyes, and
Right.
I just, this pandemic, I don't think we'll ever recover. We're in trouble. We
will.
just there's constant. I
Right.
can't stand that.
Right.
But yet, I leave them as friends
Yeah.
because I want to. But hopefully my influence will they'll start paying attention to people who only post positive stuff.
Right.
Because my life, I have a wonderful life, man. I'm blessed, and I'm saying this in the midst of zero answers to a lot of questions right now. And I still feel deeply that I am extremely wealthy. I'm blessed. And look, there's a lot of people out there who just complain and wonder why it's always happening to them. And we see it all day long, dude.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
And that's the motivation to get them feeling like there is some hope.
Yeah.
Hope is a wonderful thing, That's the
Yeah,
whole bone
focus
broken
on the
thing.
hope.
Faith in yourself, man.
Yeah.
Courage to go do something, and then have the endurance to just weed through the next wave.
I love that.
I mean,
Faith,
we're old
courage, and
surfers.
endurance.
We're old surfers, man. The waves come.
Yeah.
They come, and they're always going to come.
And
Are we
you're
going to
gonna-
make them? We not? We going to crash? Yeah, we're going to crash.
Yeah.
That's the way it happens.
Yeah,
That's
you're gonna
life.
get pummeled, man. You're
That's
gonna get
life.
pummeled. It's part of it. I have a good friend, Sean Barnett, childhood friend who I grew up with. He does these things he lives in. He and his wife and kids just picked up and moved to Bali. they live up.
What a horrible place to be.
You have to start paying attention to he calls them his
Horrible.
musings, and he's amazing.
I can see Linda out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
She doesn't
Hi,
want to come
Linda.
over here. She doesn't want to come over here.
Come
no,
say
but-
hi. Come say hi. Just poke your head in.
Come say hi.
I don't want to interrupt
that,
the twins.
That camera. The twins.
You
should-
didn't read that?
You're the beauty. You're the beauty. No, I can't read anything that anybody posts up there on
Jenny
the boat.
said, "Oh look, they're twins."
They're twins.
Who said that?
Jenny Butler did.
Oh,
I thought
that's
it was
funny.
so funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Thanks,
All right,
Jay.
guys.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
So
Nobody can see it.
Hey,
There you go.
everybody.
There you go. There's the better half.
yeah.
There's the better half.
Whatever.
Well, yeah, I think that if we focus on the positive, that's why I hope everybody listens to that Dr. Lipton, Bruce Lipton. You're going to be blown away with it. It was just such a good, and that was posted in May of 2019.
Sure.
And so I shared it because
Okay.
I think today's an appropriate time, because there's no better time than to focus on the positive of even what's going on. And there's that. What's the book?
Thanks, Brett, for watching. Appreciate it. My buddy and partner in crime. That's really Connie. Thanks, but Brett and I. Brett was nice enough to allow me to go get my state security qualifying.
Yeah, I
I'm the
remember,
qualifying. So I'm part of Panther Security Investigations. My side is Presidium. So
Yeah.
Brent's a good friend, an old copper. He was at the sheriff's office when I was.
Oh, very cool.
He was a lieutenant or sergeant when I was the undersheriff there.
Very
Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for, keep going. We've got a few minutes.
What's the book? Man, he was in Nazi Germany.
Schindler? No.
No,
Because that was a book. But
my brain. I've gone.
You're talking about.
Connie, thanks for joining us, and Cheryl, thanks
the
again.
book? It's driving me crazy. It's
I have Gulcher's Night. The one where everybody's dying around him and he stayed.
yeah, he's a little kid in
During the Holocaust?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, no, I
you
don't.
You know it.
We can post it though after. We can post
I'll
it.
post it. But anyway, you look at people like him. It'll come to me if I don't think about it. So, I'm getting old.
Well, endorphins and
But
good
he
thoughts.
was in the
and-
middle of Nazi Germany. He was in this concentration camps, watching his loved ones being slaughtered and murdered, and he found. Oh my gosh! Somebody throw it up there. he found peace and joy and health and everything in the midst of that.
Right.
So that's the ultimate, in my opinion. Like, how do you find joy and prosperity in the midst of the worst
Sure.
times and situations? And that's where we are right now. And a lot of people, a lot of fear out there, lots and lots of fear out there, and fear and being overly concerned and stress is going to cause disease. This virus, in my opinion, isn't something that we should be fearing. It's not. Don't fear it. Don't fear this thing. There's so many other things out there that our immune systems are fighting constantly that nobody's talking about.
Daily. Yeah.
Day in and day out. We all have parasites. We all have viruses, countless bacteria, negative bacteria that your body's fighting off all day long. And there's no pandemics around AIDS. There's no pandemic around all these different things, because we know that our bodies can pretty much, especially when you have a healthy immune system, when your immune system is healthy, there's virtually nothing, including cancer, that it won't kill. Sure. We have cancer cells. All of us have cancer in us right now. All of us. So if now that you recognize that you, or believe the fact that we have cancer cells, if you start fearing that, your odds of the cancer showing itself is going to escalate.
Well, we're projecting.
Thoughts become things. You know,
Right.
that you hear that.
It
It's
is.
a cliche statement now,
Everything
but
you
it's
think.
true.
Yeah.
Who you hang around with, you are going to become like. What you think about all day long is what your experience is. I loved Wayne Dyer. Did you ever?
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
love Wayne Dyer. I miss him. I when he passed away, that was a sad day. But I'm a huge Wayne Dyer fan, and I love, you guys, if you want to learn stuff, go onto YouTube and just search quantum physics. Just go study the science of quantum physics. And I'm telling you, if you're in a negative place in your life and you're fearing this, that quantum physics can help you adjust your thinking, because it's not always easy to just, you can fix that with a thought. You can change your thoughts. It's real quick. And it technically speaking, it's true. If you can learn how to adjust your thinking and your thoughts like this, just without it, you can change your reality instantly as well.
Right.
But but it's not easy to do that. I find myself all the time, I'm just like, well, I don't want to be depressed right now. Of course I don't want to be depressed. If you came to me and said, do you like how you feel? Because I do it to my kids. And I feel like going, dude, go to hell. No, I don't like how I feel. And you say, well, just change your thinking. And like Wayne Dyer, just change your thinking.
Right.
Well, I'm going to go, well, okay, I'm depressed. And I deal with this with my kids, with friends, and they do it to me too. But it's a good thing to do to each other. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, this reminded me of it's a little off subject, but Wayne Dyer was talking to this lady and in front of 5,000 people, and he's saying, how can I help anybody? And this lady stands up and goes, I've tried everything to quit smoking. I can't do it. I just can't do it. There's nothing, nothing works. Nothing works. And he goes, come up on stage. And she comes up on stage and he says, I'm going to tell you one thing, and I promise you, this will do it. I guarantee I have the solution. So she comes up and he says, okay, look at me directly in my eyes, and I'm going to tell you this, and this is it. You'll never look back. Don't put cigarettes in your mouth.
Gotcha.
Done. It's done. It is instant. You can change anything with a thought, with a decision.
Yes.
One of our favorite friends in the world is Marshall Silver. He's a big, most highly recognized hypnotist in the world. He's one of our clients that we do events all over the world for him, and put him on with him. And he has taught us so much. The guy is amazing. He's a quantum physics kind of
Sure.
mentality. And that guy would, I was going to say something specific with it and then I just lost it. But Marshall Silver, he says the same kind of stuff. His company is called Certainty International. And he's all about being certain. Training your mind, because he's a mind person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Train your mind to get exactly what you're hoping for. Train it.
Mm-hmm.
Be disciplined. Be certain. And so that kind of mentality to people, is all of us. There's nobody that's put on the side and it doesn't work for your type. Everybody, this works for everybody. If you can get your mind connected to what you're hoping for, where you're putting your faith, like faith, courage, and endurance. I love that about
That's
you.
bowed,
That's
not
always
broken.
been bowed, not broken. I love the bowed, not broken. Everyone's bowed. It's just, you just recognize it. But if you're not broken, you're not going to break. You can bow all the way. You're not going to break. Just decide I'm not going to break. And that message is incredibly strong, especially with realizing certainty, realizing the quantum physics science in life that we can prove works. You can change your molecular structure down to your genes and your DNA with the way you change your thinking. Then if that happens, all the different things come into your life, all the different elements show up as an opportunity. You've seen it. I've watched you experience it. You've watched me experience it clearly, right?
Yeah.
When you put your mind somewhere else, that resonates into the universe, as weird as that can sound to people, and it comes back to you. And it's just, Christ taught it, Buddha taught it, all the great minds, Einstein, they have all said the same thing. You know? So
Yes.
anyway, that would be my ultimate suggestion for anyone out there who's dealing with anything. Go look up quantum physics. Feed your mind with positive, progressive thoughts. Don't focus, and this is ironic that I'm saying it, don't focus on conspiracy theories that you can't do anything about anyway. But pay attention. It's good to know across the board, have information, but at the same time, what matters most at the end of the day is how you treat others and how you treat yourself. Be kind. I love the hashtag, be kind, inspire to be better, reach out. Just perpetuate good stuff in the world today, guys. I mean, that's the best thing I could ever say. Just be kind, be nice to people, go reach out. And this is your whole message. He's pulling people out of depression and darkness and deep dark corners of the world. And this guy's a freaking animal, man. I mean, this is a major plug for Bowed Not Broken. This guy doesn't care about recognition. He doesn't care about anything. He doesn't. And this is what I love about Bill as well. You guys come from the same pod. And, I want to attach myself to people like this guy, because this is all that matters. We're here today, we could be gone tomorrow. I could walk out the door. I'm not even thinking about a virus, but I could have an alien fall on me and I'm done, or whatever. I get hit by a car.
Or a watermelon. Who knows?
Yeah. But so what have you done to treat people? What have you done for others? Every day ask yourself, what have I done for someone? Whether I know them or I don't know them, it's irrelevant. It's a universal law that quantum physics actually can show you how it works. And I'm a faith-based guy. I love my dog. Sorry. I love my own ability and my own choice to my certainty in my faith in Christ. That's me. That's a choice. Have I met him? No, I don't remember meeting him. I don't. But I hope that his gospel, what he teaches, I actually hope that that's all true. I hope I get to see my dad again. I hope I get to see. I don't put my faith in Buddhism because I don't want to come back as an ant. I just don't. I just don't want to be an ant. I don't want to come back as an elephant.
Right.
But I respect it, and I respect anyone else's views and opinions on anything. But let us just always focus on the good things in life keep your positivity. That's a choice. Just stay positive in your mind and in your soul. Be certain of your own faith in yourself, and anything else that you want to claim as your ultimate source. Because I think a lot of people today lack faith in something much bigger than ourselves.
And that's the key.
That's the key in my world.
That keeps us. That can keep us out of those places.
Oh, yeah.
If it's serving, it's talking, it's something higher, serving a higher. That's it's just
Life would be so
it's
empty
important.
without that.
Well,
I don't know how people.
And it gets us out of our comfort zone, and it also gets us to a point where we can understand other people's struggles, and there are
Absolutely.
higher causes, and they're not like up here. They're volunteering. They're just texting somebody, "Hey, how you doing?" It's just so many different ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
Christian, I know I got to get you going because
Yeah, I
you got to
gotta
get going, but I want to thank you.
Yeah.
I don't want to add much to it other than, man,
You don't need to. You're constantly
make
doing
sure
this.
make sure you're going to. I know you have the Resolving Sad on Facebook and your website and all that. I want to plug that. Your businesses. I'm sure if you look at Christian's page, I think it's a public page. You can see all that.
And if anyone
All the
wants
business
any of our
opportunity.
products, you want to try our CBD out, it's a water soluble, it's 91% bioabsorbed through the blood-brain barrier. So what you're paying for actually gets into your bloodstream. We're offering 30% off right now online.
Discount code
There's a
Corona
discount
30.
code is
Grow 30.
I may as well
Corona.
throw it out there.
Oh, Corona
Yeah.
30.
So Corona 30.
Corona 30.
Yeah, so Corona 30, all one word. Doesn't matter if it's uppercase or lowercase. That'll give you 30% off, and then we'll pay for your shipping. And if you want us to hand deliver it to you, we're happy to do that as well if you're in Utah. So may as well throw that out there because we
fine.
genuinely
That's awesome.
believe in our product. We know that it helps, and we guarantee it. If it doesn't help, we'll give you your money back.
And that's what this is all about every day at 9 a.m. If you have a business, you want to, post it on the pages. If you want to have a Zoom interview or you want to do it in a park or you want to do it somewhere, let me know. I want to highlight different things that different people are doing. Volunteering, businesses. What are you doing to keep your mental state there? This is the Daily Bend. Thanks for watching. Hey, Mike, John, Carrie, thanks for watching. Everybody that's watched. Share this again every day. I'm even going to do it tomorrow on a Saturday. I'm not sure where or what.
And I'll be
but
watching.
We'll get it done. But let's help each other out during this time, okay? And remember that life's all about the bend. Love y'all. Take care.